It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Alexander Madison. He had a nice effort a week ago with a pair of touchdowns. It's the Vikings and the Eagles on Thursday night primetime.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a game on tonight. It's going to be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the defending NFC champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And we already knew that Hurts was a good quarterback. But last year, he moved to elite status. Under his guidance, the Eagles returned to the Super Bowl and nearly won it. And he's also one of the league's most dangerous players, thrown for 38 touchdowns his last 2 seasons and run for another 23.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. They go play action with Hurts. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him, and that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 carries, 124 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Cousins on 1st down. They'll get this underneath to Madison. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And the Vikings at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Here's a give to Madison running right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Devontae Smith, touchdown. Devontae Smith, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
Now Cousins' throw going to be pulled in by Addison. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, Cousins. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slipped on him in the pocket.
20! And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. 7-7, our score after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll go Madison up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Cousins. They'll leave that one for Gaskin. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph from Minnesota. The kick by Joseph is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Pressure coming from the Vikings. Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. Back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Oh, the return is Osborne. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. This offense returns to the fold along with running back Alexander Madison. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Gaskin. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. That is not big enough. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. Joseph's got it. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's Hurts to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Now we look now at their selections from this last draft. And Charles, one thing that they were just unanimous in telling us is that they had their eyes on certain guys. They didn't think that they would get all of them, but they feel like they pretty much got everyone that they wanted. That's a rarity.
They never took their hand to the rest of the league either, Brandon, because what they did was they had the guys that they targeted, kept it close to the vest. They did have a few tense moments in the draft room, though, waiting for those guys to fall to them because they really didn't go after them. And that's part of the allure of the draft to so many viewers. Chess matches playing out between 32 teams. And this one, they feel like they got a checkmate on this one.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Hurts. And that'll be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity. Just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Throwing is Hurts. And he is caught and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. Back to throw again as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Hurts. Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Jalen Hurts with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Elliott good with a PAT. That will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take it.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll roll him out right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Garden, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
That is into the hands of Hawkinson downfield. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson, 67 yards. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. Cousins will try and throw. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Here's a diving catch right side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Now back to throw. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Being chased down left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings 1st down as the tackle made at the 42. Throwing, Cousins. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. On the handoff, Gaskin running right. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Madison. Fights loose. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. One quarter remains here on this Thursday night. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Looking to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here. 2nd down, here's Hurts. His throw incomplete. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. He's got his target. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They'll set up to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And the Eagles now down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 2.5 to go. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. Quick slant to Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 18. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. On 1st down, Hurts. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Here's second down. Here's Hurts to throw. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And the Eagles are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Hurts. And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Second down, goal to go. Throwing is Hurts. And this is caught for a touchdown. They're just going to be interesting here in the final minute. Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So they'll drive 80 yards, 9 plays. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And still fighting. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll run out of the gun with Gaskin. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments.